Alright, this is part 2 of the distributive property. So today we're going to be using the distributive property again, but this time we're going to be simplifying more difficult expressions. So we have to combine everything that you know up until this point, basically the distributive property, obviously, along with order of operations, and then we're also going to combine like terms. Okay, so let's try our very first example here in the middle. So when we look at this problem, we've got a set of parentheses, so we know for sure we're going to have to distribute, and we're going to distribute a -3. Now some people will use order of operations wrong here. They're going to try to subtract 9 minus 3 first and rewrite this as 6, but that would be incorrect because we know that we always have to multiply before we can subtract, okay? So we have to follow those order of operations. So what we actually do is just drop down this 9 for now. We just rewrite that here. Now we're going to focus on, again, we have to make sure we attach that negative here. We're going to distribute to both the 2x and the -4. So when I take -3 times 2x, I get -6x. When I take -3 and multiply that by -4, I get a +12, so I'm going to write that as +12. Now I can go ahead and I'm going to combine like terms. Now remember, when you combine like terms, they have to be the exact same variable and exponent. Well, this 9 doesn't have a variable, it's a constant, and so is this 12. So we're going to combine 9 and 12 together to get 21. Now instead of writing this as 21 minus 6x, I have to make sure that I keep that 6x term out in front. So I'm actually going to switch the order here. Sorry, my dogs are going nuts. And I'm going to write -6x plus 21. Again, I want to have this going in descending order. I always have the variable term come first and then the constant. Okay? So the big idea here is to make sure that we just drop this term down instead of trying to subtract 9 minus 3. Okay, so now we got a little bit more practice to do here. In this example number 1 here, we know we have to distribute because we see a set of parentheses. We also see a term that's not attached to the parentheses at all. Again, you can't do anything yet with that because you can't add before you multiply, right? We have to distribute first, which is multiplying. So the only thing we can do is just drop that 3x down. So I'm going to bring that down here. And then I'm going to work on distributing this +2 to both terms. So I know I need to multiply the 5x and the -7. So when I write 2 times 5x, that's a positive, so I'm going to write plus 10x. Okay, so this term is just going to stay positive, so I write plus 10x. And then +2 times -7 is -14, so I'm just going to write -14. Now I go ahead and I combine like terms. This time I have a 3x and a 10x that I can combine. That'll give me 13x. So I have 13x, and then because this doesn't combine anymore, I just drop that down and call that -14. So my final answer here is 13x minus 14. Oh my goodness, my crazy dogs are running around. Hey, Tank, stop! Oh, they're chasing each other. Okay, I'm going to hurry this last one up. Sorry. Okay, so on example 2 here, we're going to have to make sure that we distribute this 5 first. We do not want to try to add this -5 yet because we have to follow order of operations first, multiply before you try to add. So I'm just going to drop this -5 down. Now when I take 5 times x, I write that as positive 5x, and 5 times 4, this is still all positive, so I'll write plus 20. Now I go ahead and I try to combine like terms. So this -5 and the 20 can be combined, but I'm just going to go ahead and write the 5x out front first. So we have 5x, and then -5 plus 20 is positive 15, so we write that as plus 15. Alright, so there's my final answer. 5x and 15 cannot be combined because these are not like terms, so we have to leave it as 5x plus 15. Alright, that's the end of the lesson, guys. We'll see you tomorrow in class.